When you think yellow, you think of the sun or even a banana. But sometimes people think of these two classic characters to see who will win, going head to head. Like Pac-Man, the deadly ghost eater from Pac-Land, and Spongebob, the yellow sponge from Bikini Bottom. I'm Best Jumper, and I'm gonna see who will win on an Unlimited Royale. Now, let's go to Spongebob and see what he's got on his belt. Nickelodeon has some really good shows on his belt, like Invader Zim, Danny Phantom, Kids Next Door, Jimmy Neutron, LaFerrari Parents, and many more. But there's one show they cannot be beaten, and that is SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants lives a pineapple under the sea with his best friend Patrick and works at the Krusty Krab. And also pet Gary too, it's pretty cool. SpongeBob has been many adventures and dreams. Like that one time that SpongeBob went to other people's dreams and changed the reality of their dreams, making it more creepy. SpongeBob can also camouflage from an opponent wherever is surrounding where he is. SpongeBob can also use sand to create anything that he wants, even a catapult, even axe. Thanks to Bubbles, he's able to breathe out of water for as long as he wants. And also he's very skilled with his bubbles, like he can create a boat. Even SpongeBob can break the fourth wall. He's able to use the bubbles as a shortcut, you can talk to the audience for rare occasions, even interrupt the French narrator sometimes. Even skill his karate moves, thanks to Sandy the Squirrel who trained him. Also has light manipulation, when he can rainbows out of nowhere, and even ride them, can create duplicates of himself, and even lift fire underwater. And how's that even possible in the first place when he did it? Also, can use hammer space. Technically, hammer space is basically when you can pull things out of nowhere. And even you can use it sometimes like a jackhammer, a wrench, and even a slingshot, but he rarely uses it in battle sometimes. He's been a great skilled fry cook for all the years he's been cooking. Can't function without a brain at all. Can even slide down mountains with just his tongue. Even the most impressive of all, he can even move a rock without even much force and not even pushing at the same time. Also, SpongeBob has Toon Force. Toon Force is basically breaking the rules. I mean, breaking all the rules, basically. Well, like for example, SpongeBob's can brew so much, while fixing a pipe, he can change the laws of gravity, even create objects to life, and also many things too. For a sponge like SpongeBob, he's pretty intelligent than you think. He's been a lawyer, construction worker, and many more, but sometimes he can be tricked, like Plankton. Now, let's go to SpongeBob's arsenal. One of his arsenals is inflatable arms that somehow increases his strength, but somehow does it at the same time. Like light rally warping, or enchanted attributes and abilities, move a rock, like the vehicle, even use hammer space, like I explained earlier, and even many more I can't explain. SpongeBob uses trusty jellyfish net. They can use to glide or even catch jellyfish to use it to attack his own enemies. The next thing he has on his arsenal is his trusty spatula. It also works as a sword and pretty good for combat too. It's surprisingly good. Also has his other spatula that has 3 spatula heads, also allow him to fly, and cook enemies faster. SpongeBob also has the magic page lights and grants, and even create whatever he wants. But he has less experience with the magic page. SpongeBob also has his mech suit that he can also spit out acid green goo. With the magic pencil, he can create Doodle Bob. He even better knows the use of the magic pencil. And SpongeBob can even use it in battle. He even erase everything he wants. SpongeBob can also use the bowling ball, but is also known as a sponge ball. But it gives more destructive capability than a regular bowling ball can do. SpongeBob can also use his own card to go faster. Also have power-ups like the Dirty Bubble to trap his opponents, the Jellyfish summons a blast of electricity, the Darwin Coconut Launcher launches 3 shots of coconuts, Tommy's Cunning Powder fires bombs for some reason, Iki's Trash Can blinds up enemies when driving, the GKI causes spin out of control. Also, The grooves combined with the racer with slime, the angry beaver's fish egg can be a protective barrier, the wind thermo's camouflage binds with all racers, the time machine can teleport. Wait. If it's a time machine, he can just go back in time. Why can't he go back to time? Oh well, it's just probably cartoon launch. But anyway, the last power-up is actually the stomp. The stomp especially falls on people's heads. The invisible spray lets Spongebob become invisible for a short amount of time. The soundwave guitar lets Spongebob rock so hard it can break through metal robots. The jellyfish launcher lets SpongeBob to launch out dehydrated jellyfish for damage. The cup grow lets SpongeBob the plant grows faster at a certain amount of time. SpongeBob has a suit called the Quitster. Quitster lets SpongeBob go at subsonic speed, but that's never experienced with the suit at all. And also, SpongeBob has his own Krabby Patties, and they're so irresistible, nobody can stop eating these things for a long time. But we could never forget about SpongeBob's ultimate weapon, the Bubble Blower, aka the Bubble Wand. The Bubble Wand lets SpongeBob to shoot out some bubbles never before. Also, he can create any kind of object he wants, like a boat, an axe, a helmet, and many more. But how can he blow bubbles without his Jumbo Bubble Fun? Jumbo Bubble Fun is so durable, he can actually lift the whole Bikini Bottle citizens and his own house. Thanks to Sandy, she created a pop gun. A pop gun is basically a gun, but shoots nets. SpongeBob also has his long boots, but these are ordinary boots. These boots are so loud, it makes opponents distracted for a little while, for a short time. But also, these boots are kind of quite helpful. These boots let him go across spiked areas. Also, he has the Mermaid Belt. Mermaid Belt lets him to shrink his own enemies, eating the whole Bikini Bottom. It also changes to Mini to Wombo for some reason. And his last exhaustion was his leaf blower. His leaf blower is so powerful it cycled the ocean and exploded. That's a strong leaf blower. Now, let's go to his two powerful forms, the Invincible and the Gooby Gooby Rock Spongebob. Well, let's see. Invincible was actually stronger than base Spongebob, and also to dodge point-blank cannonballs, and also break through steel. Wow. Now let's talk about that bubble on his head. His bubble on his head is so strong to trap his own enemies for good. Except when he's damaged, they can pop it and you know the battle. Now let's talk about Gooby Gooby Rock Spongebob. This is actually stronger than Invincible and Spongebob combined. I'm not joking at all. His guitar is actually way stronger than the Soundwave guitar, and also does a homing attack when he locks on enemies when he shoots his laser. In this form, he can shoot out lasers to show up to break through steel cans that are so strong to mind control people, and also fast enough to dodge lasers. For his durability, remember that leaf blower that I told you about? Well, he was in it, making it planet level durability. Or to be precise, make it 21 Yoda tons of TNT. And people may say, so SpongeBob is so fast, he's able to run the sun and back like Patrick did. But it's not true at all. You see, SpongeBob's actually true physical running feat is when he actually dodging lasers, making it massively hypersonic plus. The reason why we can't Patrick speed with SpongeBob is because we never saw SpongeBob actually doing that kind of feat, making a fact. Overall, SpongeBob may not be strong, but we've just shown that SpongeBob is able to go through metal walls like it's nothing. He may be strong, but he does have some weaknesses. First of all, he fights when he needs to. Second of all, he gets a little emotional. And his weaponry can be limited, and so is his power-ups. And also, some of his powers can be only once, and that's just wrong. Also, he can also be tricked. That means making an opponent to trick them into doing something that he's not supposed to do, getting into trouble a lot. Overall, Spongebob is a tough sponge. It would not give up for the Krusty Krab nor his friends, do his task, and also save his own universe. Another yellow hero to another, let's discuss Pac-Man. Pac-Man is a yellow ghost hero from Pac-Land. We know about his backstory, but we do know ghosts and him don't go together. And for the likes of Pac-Man, he's pretty tough. He's able to go against Spooky, Orson, and even Talkman, and turns out to be Orson himself from Pac-Man World 3 and 1. And also, do you know Pac-Man lives next to Mr. T and Mini-Me? And that's kinda weird. But anyway, Pac-Man is going to be going through many adventures, such as time traveling, going to the special world where ghosts live, and even through mazes, a lot. For his personality, Pac-Man would protect anyone who is in danger, and protect his own family by using Pac-Man to save the world in time. For his intelligence, he's pretty smart. He was smart enough to go through a maze and defeated all 4 ghosts, and even know his math equations. Really smarter. But when in battle, he does a couple of crazy things, such as summon fruit from his own universe. Like the cherry does a basic throw move that he can throw at his enemies. The strawberry does even deal with more damage. This orange can shoot forward and just do great more damage. The apple does a bouncy move that grants even more damage. Then the cherry, orange, strawberry combined has a kiwi that slowly goes through your foes and does greater damage. The Galaxian is a little ship that goes circles and that his own enemies at the same time. The Bell stuns his own enemies for a short amount of time, and his final one is the key and is the most powerful of them all. Now while his adventure, sometimes he can do some fighting skills. I mean fighting skills, fighting skills. Such as he can do this 3-hit combo, he can even take on Tika and even Street Fighter characters. Wow. And for some reason, he's able to have Toon Force. Toon Force, the kind that he do is to get a blimp of his own self large enough to eat a ghost. What the? And the other thing he uses for his Toon Force is able to use black paint and make a hole so he can escape from the ghosts. But except for the ghosts, they can't go through it all. Oh, that's weird. Can't even summon a fire hydrant he used to spray rays from his foes, or even attack hard enough to make it blow to his own enemies. And thanks to Sonic Dash, Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man could go to Mark 7, and even powerful enough to go through stone pillars and bricks. And maybe they're new, this is Massey Hypersonic Plus! Also, there's another Sonic Dash feat they can also use in battle, such as the Spin Dash. The Spin Dash allows him to break through metal robots, and even stone pillars, and also that's very destructive too. For his vehicles, he has an airplane that can fly through the air and shoot his enemies down. And his rollerblades, on the other hand, he can go up to subsonic plus speeds in his rollerblades. And be a very good swimmer, and with his flippers, he can go even faster. Or even sometimes, even goes to the other side where it comes with ice, he uses skates. But we can't forget about the old classic Butt Bounce. The Butt Bounce is basically repeatedly ground pounds his own enemies. And the old classic Rev Roll. The Rev Roll is basically a rolling move just like Sonic's Spin Dash, but increasingly speed and goes even further. Showing the games, Pac-Man is incredibly athletic, so athletic he can actually long jump from Mario Brothers. I'm not joking, literally. Also, he can actually do gymnasts, like you're seeing it right now. I wonder how he's so athletic. You will never know from the Mr. Pac-Man. You can never forget about his classic power pellets. I just want to warn you, these power pellets are very long on the list, so be ready for all of them. But the first power pellet is, of course, the power pellet. The power pellet makes him incredibly invisible for a short amount of time, and also to eat ghosts. But when you release his power pellet, ghosts turn blue, and if he has a chance to defeat them, he becomes incredibly fast too, increases his strength. You wonder how strength? And his strength is so increased that he can actually bend and break through bars and metal robots. And you think he's over yet? he can actually use his own power pellets to even throw at his own enemies so strong enough to create explosions. I'm not kidding. And somehow the power pellets make him levitate as long as he wants. Not really, because it is temporary and the ghost can get him back. Well, that sucks. Also, do you know Pac-Man that is 3 Super Pac-Man forms? I'm not joking, but this one is way more different from the others I ever imagined. First of all, this is an animated serious Pac-Man. So that means he can break through metal, he can go up against super ghosts that are at least building level power. I mean building like power like never before. They're so powerful they can lift buildings with ease and even damage the Golden State Bridge that is at least, and making the width and length of the Golden State Bridge comparable to the where he did it makes it up to be large town level, or at least 887,000 tons to do so. Well, now this is from Pac-Man Adventures 2. Basically, this one increases his speed, strength, and durability. It remains invincible for a short amount of time, and even flies. Electric shock pellet lets the Pac-Man have the ability to shoot electricity. The red pellet lets Pac-Man have his power pellets even more longer. As a Super Pac-Man, then goes even longer. The green pellet lets Pac-Man have an extra boost, making him twice as fast. The chrome pellet lets Pac-Man come to his Bella's form, making him twice as durable, but somehow increases his speed, and also creating his power. The vortex pellet lets Pac-Man to capture his foes in his vortex. But the vortex has its flaws, like the vortex captures enemies, but it leaves them for a little while, then lets him go. The red pellet increases his speed dramatically. His speed is so fast, he can actively see and make it massively hypersonic plus. Plus, with his ribbon power pellet form, he can actually go around his foes and create a big explosion in the middle. The super bounce pellet lets Pac-Man go in his energy form. But when he butt bounces, it becomes a powerful shockwave that explodes where his surrounding is. But he can only use it once. The super stomp pellet, on the other hand, makes a bigger shockwave, but it only does it to the ground, making a super stomp. But the down thing is doesn't have the kind of range as the other one. The shrink pellet lets Pac-Man go into holes and make it the size of an ant. And now, let's talk about the most powerful pellet pellets, and that is the super pellet from the original arcade. This kind of one is the most powerful of them all. In this form, Pac-Man becomes big and able to break through doors and even walls. Also, Pac-Man is so fast in this form, not even the eye can track, making it massively subsonic plus. And also in this form, he's maintain invincibility as long as he wants. In this form also, you can also get people too, but for some reason in this form, you can't get ghosts. And now, let's talk about his powerful pellet. His championship power pellet. This power pellet becomes many times powerful as the Super Pac-Man pellet. This pellet lets become more powerful enough to bash a ghost and break it into bits. But there's another thing. Every time he eats the living bit, he will duplicate himself multiple times, make it up to 20 Pac-Mans, eating bit by bit, making it city block level power. That was a lot of power pellets, but we're not done yet. We still have his capsules. His capsules can do many things like turn invisible, create hammers out of nowhere, and catch his enemies. Can even stop time, but it doesn't stop him. And if it does not work, then in that case, he can actually move twice as fast with his capsules too. Now, let's go to his arsenal. His arsenal has many things like his bombs. And with his feather hat, he can able to float as long as he wants, and even light it up to walk on water. The armor hat gives him more durability, but the power makes him walk slow. The anti-gravity boost lets him walk on planets without floating out in space. The bubbles lets him breathe as long as he wants. The rope lets him swing to places he can't, and also helps him with jumping height, and it gives him more height advantage in battle. He even has a mallet that goes strong enough to break through trees, logs, and even stone. And even has the ability to shoot fire out of his hands, able to burn anything on his path. Also, do you know Pac-Man's in a fighting game in Street Fighter and Tekken? Well, how can you fight without a trusty Mojin robot? The Mojin robot is skilled to go toe-to-toe with people from the Street Fighter and Tekken series, even taking hits who are multi-continent level characters. And if Pac-Man wants to go to the next level, you can summon Gudaria mode. Gudaria mode just increases every single stat with his Mojang robot, increases durability, increases his head dexterity, and even his speed, or the massive hypersonic blitz. The Sneezy Weezy is basically a power that lets you sneeze uncontrollably for a day. And yep. He also has another Sonic Dash ability. It's not exactly an ability, it's more like a power-up. The power-up that you gain from Sonic Dash is his shield that you take at one-hit damage. The Magic Boots lets Pac-Man to fly as long as he wants. The Magic Pencil lets Pac-Man to create little Pac-Mans to attack for him, and even create wherever he wants. The Talkman is basically an upgraded version of Talkman from Pac-Man World 1, except it's more powerful. Now, let's talk about his two powerful weaponry, and that is one of his 7 golden fruit. 7 golden fruit lets him increase every single stat there is, like letting him eat ghosts, increase his speed, strength, and even durability. Even if he's spooky in this form to defeat him. Also in this form, increases his speed. His speed is go up to Mach 50. And like I mentioned earlier, Pac-Man in this form even defeated Spooky. And by calculations by the research in the story in the beginning of the game, it stated that he could actually rule the whole island, make it a level island power. And the other thing he has in his arsenal is his artifact. His artifact is so powerful he can defeat evil spirits, and even so powerful he can erase everything from existence but only use it once. Just like Spongebob, he also has this card, but this card also has some powers too. The things that it has in his arsenal is like, for example, like the Cherry Bomb, even a Strawberry Homing attack. And also he was summoned for help such as the Knight, a Dragon, a Bomb, and even a Galacti ship. Also he has inboundable gear such as bombs, lightning, and even freezes his own enemies. Another vehicle that Pac-Man has is his Spaceboard. The Spaceboard basically shoots a little laser to even fly in space. Pac-Man also has a blimp that lets him just eat his own enemy and even fly for a short amount of time, but it can be easily popped. Pac-Man also has a submarine that he can actually shoot bombs. Now let's talk about his durability. His durability is so durable he can survive bombs and underwater. He can survive an explosion that's 7 miles away in space. Now let's calculate the result to see how much he did survive. Or at least 4.49 pentatons of TNT to completely destroy that thing. Now let's go with strength. His strength is pretty impressive for Pac-Man, for himself. He is so powerful enough to break through metal robots with ease, and it's not even the speed through yet. While he is powerful enough to break a robot to many pieces with just a couple of rev roll. Calculating the power of Pac-Man with his rev roll and going to the frog, by scaling the height and the width and length of the tree and the frog, this must be at least building level power, or at least 8.45 tons of TNT. And And when I saw the speed feed I reminded you earlier, he actually can go to Mach 7 or at least massively hypersonic plus speeds, even outpace a motorcycle that has at least subsonic speeds. And you think that crazy enough? Well, think about this. Pac-Man is so fast, he can actually outpace and even dodge lightning and lasers. With those kind of speed feats, that means that Pac-Man can dodge at least or go as fast as at least 407 miles per hour. That means he can travel at massively hypersonic. He might be a great classic and all, but Pac-Man still has some weaknesses. First of all, he still can be baited by food, and also still can be tracked in mazes. Plus, some of his power powers are actually really limited for a short amount of time. And worst of all, Adam Sandler. Overall, Pac-Man is very strong, agile, and very durable. And no matter what, he's still the classic of them all.
Let's get ready to rumble! Are ya ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh! Squad! Who's in a fire under the sea? Storming in yellow and chorus is he. If none of them looks be something you wish. Then drop on the deck and flop like a fish. Ready?
Well, looks like the winner is Pac-Man. Please don't be wondering. Spongebob is way more durable and he has better speed feed, but let me explain. When I did a little bit of my research, I actually found out that Pac-Man takes speed and durability, because Spongebob never showed up doing that kind of speed feed like Patrick did either. And plus, let's just mention that Pac-Man has way better strength than Spongebob, because he is so powered up to be building level. And plus, let's not forget about Golden Pac-Man and the artifact. because they're both powerful enough to be super beings, like such as Spooky, the evil spirits, and plus, even because of the artifact, he is dead. And let's not forget that Spongebob only has better feet of speed of dodging lasers, while Pac-Man dodging lightning, and has better fighting experience than ever. Now let's talk about their power-ups and their stuff. While Pac-Man's way better arsenal than SpongeBob could ever handle, and SpongeBob has a better cart. But the only thing that SpongeBob do have is his durability, experience for the Krabby Patties, and more useful cart, because his Krabby Patties can distract Pac-Man. Well, the hard thing is about his Krabby Patties is that, when Pac-Man eats them, what he's gonna do next is make unlimited Krabby Patties, but he can't do that specifically because Pac-Man can eat as long as he wants, but Pac-Man would be tough for him to defeat since his durability would counter, but so does SpongeBob because he survived a multi-con explosion, so making it even for each one of them. And also, what I saw there are weaknesses, SpongeBob has way more weaknesses than Pac-Man. I mean, look at this. And plus, let's not forget that Pac-Man's mech is more powerful than SpongeBob's mech, since he can take level hits from characters like Street Fighter, Tekken, or multi-continent level. And also, he has way more experience with the mech than SpongeBob because he's only with one game, while Pac-Man has 2 games of him doing it. So, making the winner of this battle, Pac-Man. Next time on Unlimited Royale.